Aaron Judge and the New York Yankees visited, and they wrangled with Jose Ramirez and the Cleveland baseball team. It was Game 3 of the American League Championship Series from beautiful Northern Ohio. The Yankees holding serve at home, so they were up 2-0 coming into the game. Now, they say a series does not start until the road team wins, whoever they are. So would the series begin in Game 4? Now, I don't know if you saw this one or not. Perhaps you missed it. But if you did miss it, you missed a humdinger of a ball game. A rookie pinch hitter, Jhonkensy Noel, who looks like a mountain man, but apparently doesn't play like that. Rookie pinch hitter, Jhonkensy Noel, hits a dramatic game-tying home run with 2 outs in the 9th inning. And then David Fry, he's a Fry guy. He fried the Yankees, connected on a 2-run bomb in the 10th inning. And Cleveland wins. They get past New York 7-5 on Thursday night. And so it's a 2-1 series, the American League Championship series, nicknamed Big Christmas. And for the Yankees, it was jingle bells, and they smell because Big Christmas, this guy Noel, getting it done. Captain Clutch. So Cleveland actually led this game 3-1 in the 8th inning before Aaron Judge ended up hitting a 2-run homer off all-star closer Emmanuel Clase. I feel like we've seen that before. And then Giancarlo Stanton, he also went deep with a solo dong after that. So let us discuss the question. What is the mood around the Yankees after blowing this game? Going from losing to winning to losing again. I've got double feature, presidential, and hypertension. And we will combine all of these things together, and we are going to wax lyrical is what we're going to do. So first of all, this is the gut punch. Now, it's not the ultimate gut punch. It's a gut punch because ultimate gut punch is you lose the game, you end up trailing in the series. You lose the game, you lose the series. That's the ultimate gut punch. But this is a kick to the nuts is what this is, okay? It just is because the Yankees win this game, and it's a whole different situation. We'll get to that in a second. But you rode the roller coaster. You had an adrenaline-charged, white-knuckle, exhilarating, some would say frightening, possibly even terrifying, thrill ride of a game. And the Yankee bullpen, which had been terrible during the regular season for most of the summer, and then had been lights out in the playoffs, world-shattering, and then here their head is spinning around. They're riding the vomit comet. What a blown opportunity. Up 3-0, and it's in the bag. What's in the bag? The series is in the bag. The Yankees then did the thing you can't do at the time you can't do it. They fumbled the bag. And for the Yankees, it was a double feature on the big screen because the first film for them, forget the beginning of the game when they were trailing late, it was a Hallmark movie. The Hallmark moment when Aaron Judge stepped up, a guy that had been sucking at a time you can't suck, and he hits a clutch home run against the top relief pitcher that Cleveland has. Then Giancarlo also goes deep. So this is a mojo moment for the Yankees. They added another run after that. And then after a brief intermission, the second part of the double feature went from Hallmark movie to the Rocky Mountain Horror Show. Puke in your mouth bad. Luke Weaver had a brain freeze, and the game turned to dust. Clay Holmes. What up, Holmes? Clay Holmes, soft serve in the 10th inning, and that's it. So the Yankees lose. They still lead the series. Now, on the other side, what does this dramatic win do for Emmanuel Clase's Guardians? So I'll tell you what it does. All right, it is presidential. Presidential. It is a presidential pardon. Had this gone the other way, Cleveland would have had to have traded Emmanuel Clase. They still might anyway because they're a cheap franchise, and that's what cheap franchises do. That would have been the end of him. They could not have brought him back. And things were bleak. And it was so bad for Cleveland down to the last out that they actually called in a priest to come in and administer the last rites of the Church of Baseball in the emergency room. There was a near-death experience. But Cleveland, for the moment, is born again. Now, that said, things have gone haywire for the Guardians. It is a Beauty and the Beast special, a tale as old as time. And one of our listeners in Ohio pointed this out. I had said this back in August. I see this every year in baseball in particular. When your strength becomes a weakness, it is predictable this time of the year. The superpower of the Cleveland baseball team this year had been their bullpen. And in particular, Emmanuel Clase. No one could get to this guy. He already gagged against the Tigers, and they overcame that, and now he gags against the Yankees. The whole thing goes to hell if he's no good. Like the setup of the team is have a lead. They've been so good at home. They get a lead. They've got 2 or 3 high leverage relievers, and they can close it out. But he's the most important guy, and he's gone from great to garbage right now. All right, final thought. What is the big picture for the American League Championship Series as they chug along here? Game 4 is later on. That's the primetime game. The Dodgers and Mets will be the early game. So for this series, it's all about hypertension. Now, you'd argue the series hasn't started yet. I wouldn't disagree with you because the home teams have won so far. It will go a little wonky today. The blood pressure is fluctuating up and down. The Guardians, when they played in the Bronx, they were in goblin mode. Bad defense, bad pitching. They handed games to the Yankees. They cleaned that up a good amount here. Now, they still could have lost the game and likely should have lost the game. However, they won. And they showed moxie, not my dog Moxie. They showed moxie. They showed spunk. They showed some guts. And so the standoff continues. And again, no playoff series truly begins until the road team wins a game, blah, 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 blah. If Cleveland plays a clean game, they'll win at home. They'll win today. And you look at the matchup, and the Yankees are going with Luis Gil versus Gavin Williams. And the former Indian, now Guardian, Gavin Williams. So Gil, last 7 starts for the Yankees, an earned run average of over 5. He's allowed 8 home runs his last 34 innings. But the problem with that is that Gavin Williams, on the other side, hasn't been much better. He's got an ERA of almost 5 in his last 7 starts. But that tells you what has happened, not what is going to happen. It is not likely to be an oil painting. Cleveland wins again. The pendulum of pressure goes back to the New York Yankees. Not that it's on Cleveland at all, because they're not supposed to win. They're, as we've talked about, playing with house money in this series.